Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech. Doing this live stream, I was going to do it yesterday, honestly. Doing this live stream. Yesterday was a special day for my YouTube channel. As it was the 6-month anniversary Today is May 17th. I did a YouTube short yesterday where I talked about my anniversary. Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins. Being on YouTube for 6 months, and I also put up a community post. No, that's not it. Somewhere up here I put it. We have a very special guest here, everyone.
Go ahead, shout me out, man.
This is my brother, who I'm sure some of you guys may know.
5.0 J. Make sure y'all
he drives the Mustang.
And make sure y'all put a like on this video too, man. He got some new stuff coming. And a new device he got dropping on the channel, so y'all just stay tuned.
Well, that'll be hopefully soon.
Oh, you got one viewer. All right, man, what y'all got going on, man? Y'all got some questions to ask? Let me know.
You haven't done live streams yet.
Nah, I don't do live streams. I really just do more vlogging and stuff, but you know, live streams help. You gotta connect with your viewers.
Oh, we got a couple people.
You got 13 viewers. You from Brazil? How you doing, man? What you got going on? You got any questions for Hawkins Tech? He can get you right with any questions you need for iPhones, man. Real technician we got going on here.
I get a lot of people that comments on my videos. So y'all go subscribe to J5.0 if you want to see some Mustang videos and some car meets.
Yeah, I know y'all here for the tech, but I do the car videos, man. So y'all check out both channels. You know, if y'all got some questions, drop them in the comments. He gonna let y'all know what's going on. And then I'm about to leave, but I'm gonna go home and watch some of them videos he just dropped. So
I make a lot of videos.
Tell them ask you some questions, man. See if they got some questions for you, because you know you can answer. Right?
Oh, I answer a lot of questions.
Yeah, see what they need. They might need help from Hawkins Tech.
That was my brother. I think I put in the community post. I didn't drop in any pictures, though. Well, I will say I'm from the United States, but that's as far as I'll say. Somewhere in the Midwest. I'm not going to give out my exact town, but I'm in the Midwest. Well, I did not put in this community post for whatever reason. Oh, there it is. Passed it right up. This is what I put in yesterday. And this is why I'm making this live stream today. Now, it's not just going to be about me talking about being a YouTuber for the past 6 months. I thought about reacting to some of the videos, my older ones, in this live stream. While I may have to turn it down at times for copyrighted advertisements. We're not going to react to all of them. And I'm going to talk about what led me, or I think I've done that in a previous live stream, a couple live streams ago, what led me into Apple. So we're going to go all the way to the bottom here. This was the first video on my channel. Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins here. And I've been using comment down below if you guys can see it or not. Let me turn it up for you guys. In this video, I'm going to give you my overall experience on iOS 18.1. I'm going to talk about the battery life, battery health, and performance. And at the end of the video, I'm going to share the Geekbench score. Well, let me make sure the brightness that I ran before this video. But first, a little bit of news. Now, let me pause it really quickly and just let you guys know. If you guys want to see my other brother in a live stream, both of my brothers have dreads, but I plan on not getting them. But if you want to see my other brother in a live stream, you guys can either comment on this live stream or leave a comment on one of my videos, and I will get them in a live stream for you guys. Now, let me finish this. Part of me is thinking about starting a gaming channel, but I'm gonna try and get this tripod. The tripod that you guys see on this channel, this is called the Manfrotto Pixie Mini Tripod. And I'm thinking about getting it for a couple reasons. Mainly is that I'm thinking about starting a gaming channel. And that tripod could be used so I could position it at a good angle for when I'm showing my Xbox. And 2, it can be very useful when I need to set my iPhone up when I'm reviewing someone else's products. Like say my brother got a new iPad or a phone or Android that I want to review. I can not have to hold the phone and just use the other device with both hands. It's currently, I'm live streaming on my iPhone and I'm having to hold it with one hand and use the iPad with the other. It will make things a lot easier for when I want to do a speed test between 2 devices. I'll be able to do that seamlessly by having that tripod. Yesterday, Google released Google Gemini on the App Store. I'm going to make a video tomorrow explaining some of its functionalities and what you can do with it. Now, as far as my performance on iOS 18.1, I've been using this update for almost 3 weeks. Probably. Hold on, guys. I do need to watch this live stream back as I want to see something quickly. So we're going to have to go... nope, not there. No, that's not to the very beginning, I mean. Hi, everyone. No. See if I can get my brother in there. Though I would react to some of my brother's videos and show you guys his channel, although he does swear in his live streams and I don't want to get demonetized, so I won't put that in there. some Mustang videos.
You from Brazil? Yo, too, man. He got some new stuff coming. And a new device he got dropping on the channel. So y'all just...
Yeah, that's... Alright. You just want to make sure that everything's working right. Alright.
Whatever you do.
Mr. Hawkins here. Didn't know an advertisement would play. 18.1 for almost 3 weeks at this point. And in this video, I'm going to give you my overall experience on iOS 18. Let me check the live stream again for you guys. Just want to see. I just want to make sure that everything is working right. Alright. Good thing about syncing devices, I can track it.
Whatever you do.
Alright, good. A good amount of it didn't play. I didn't want to get this live stream copyrighted. Hold on, I'm just gonna mute my microphone just in case if we get another one. Mr. Hawkins here. We're good. And I've been using iOS 18.1. Battery health is still at 85%. Minute screen on time. 33 minutes screen off time. Now I'm gonna play. We're not gonna go all the way to the older ones. I'm gonna play some of the newer ones. Just gonna show you guys some progress I've made. Just gonna mute it for 1 second. Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and today Apple released iOS 18.4 Beta 1. This update was released alongside iPadOS 18.4 Beta 1, macOS 15. So I am thinking about potentially in the future upgrading my iPhone. As you guys know in a lot of my videos, I say this in pretty much every video, I've been using the iPhone 12, and in a couple weeks, probably on May 31st, I'm going to have a video out, and it's going to be iPhone 12 3 years later. A video I'm going to make similar to how I did for my iPad Air video, which has right now 337 views, 5 likes, and 5 comments. So I'm going to try to answer you guys' questions, although for some reason YouTube makes these comments really tiny. So I'm going to have to pull it up on the iPad and zoom it in. Be tiny, so I'm going to have to. So I will be answering as many questions as I can. So if you guys do have any questions for me, I would like for you guys to comment on the live stream. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of questions from some tech reviewers as to how I started my YouTube channel. And how I started it, or rather, what inspired me to start it, is pretty simple. I watch a lot of YouTubers. A lot of YouTubers who I've been watching. I'm really interested in his videos. And a lot of other ones who I like to watch as well. That's what inspired me to start my YouTube channel. And currently, I am at 191 subscribers with 221 videos, on the way to 300 subscribers. But hopefully this summer, I get to upgrade this phone, this iPhone, as I'm looking into getting the iPhone 14. As they are really great devices. In my last live stream, I believe I did a live stream. Well, let's check my last live stream. New features in iOS 18.5. That update's already out. So I'm definitely thinking about getting the Manfrotto Pixie Mini Tripod. Can be useful. I can hold my phone up. Hopefully I'll be able to hold it up in portrait, but if not, I would not mind live streaming in landscape mode. But it would easily be able to fit on the desk. Hopefully. And you see, this is my gooseneck lamp, which I've had for a couple of years now. So we're going to look up some iPhones. More in particular, the iPhone 14. iPhone 14. Oh, and by the way, I guess I can show you guys this now since I didn't ever really get to. If you guys want to see, this is my brother's YouTube channel. So if you guys are interested in, you guys like cars or Mustangs or exotic cars like that, you guys can watch his video. Now, me and him did a video, I'd say and just turn it down a little bit. I'm gonna have to mute my microphone, but I'll show you a piece of the video. Now, as you see, that's me. So, me having this channel was not the first time I was ever in a video on YouTube, as I've been in quite a few of my brother's videos. That's my brother's channel. So, you guys should subscribe to 5.0J. He has 937 subscribers, which is more than me. But I'm currently getting up to 200 subscribers. Hi, everyone. I currently have 191. Let me just make sure that this live stream is public. Even if it's private, you guys will be able to see it. But then if you view my channel, I just need to go in here and edit. I'll also name it. Oh, well, my live stream didn't resort to public, or private rather. But then it will once I upload the video. Hawkins Tech. Month anniversary. So let's see how many people are viewing. Well, for me, it's still showing I have 5 views, but let's click on the actual live stream itself. And here we really see how many people are viewing. Let's see how many people are viewing. Well, for me, it's still showing I have 5 views, but let's click on the actual live stream itself. Here we really see how many people are viewing. I'm doing pretty good. This is how I'm able to read your comments. I'll be live streaming after the Worldwide Developers Conference. If you guys aren't familiar with what that is, I will show you guys. Give me 1 second. This is what I'm looking most forward to. WWDC, aka the Worldwide Developers Conference. Now, I know a lot of people, myself included, if I end up getting a new phone, will be installing the iOS 19 beta. Now, this is most likely the website that everyone's going to be using. It's beta.apple.com. And you see there we have all of the new betas. WatchOS, the TV, the remote is for tvOS. We have HomePodOS, or I think that's a Mac Mini. I think that might be macOS. Well, then it should be next to the MacBook. But we have HomePodOS. So here's the new softwares that will be announced. We have tvOS 19, macOS 16, HomePodOS 19, iOS and iPadOS 19, watchOS 12, and I don't know exactly the latest version number for AirPods, but AirPods has a multi-digit number, a lot of numbers. But I think it would most definitely have some new features. Like they could be bringing in iOS 19 a feature where you have an Apple Watch, you can have sounds go through your AirPods. That's sort of a new accessibility feature. There's also a feature where in data link to you in the App Store, you can see the different accessibility features that your apps support. And if you have vehicle motion cues, which I demonstrated in a video, but you guys probably did not see it, and I didn't know this, but every time you screen record and you have vehicle motion cues enabled, it was this video right here. New accessibility features announced in iOS 19. When you have vehicle motion cues enabled and you screen record, they will not show on the screen recording, but they will show, you will be able to see it. But when you watch it back, you won't be able to see it. Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and today Apple announced some new accessibility features coming in iOS 19. And in this video, in iOS 19, so if you enable, which is a nice use this feature, I never really use it, as I don't really need it, but if you do use it, you're able to customize it. You will be able to use this feature. I never really use. Now, you can see that I enabled vehicle motion cues, but you don't see the dots. Now, if I go into my control center settings and search for vehicle motion, search for motion, this is what those dots are supposed to look like. They're supposed to simulate other cars moving, I guess, or the dots are supposed to be helpful for those that need it. Like for those that have motion sickness, the dots can help with that. I never use it because I never need it. But they're supposed to be updating that in iOS 19. And the update will allow for more customization. You can control, I believe, the speed of the dots. As I don't really need it, but if you do use it, you're able to customize it. You will be able to customize it in iOS 19. And it's also coming to the MacBook as well. That I forgot to mention. Now, if you use background sounds, and I'm not referring to the ambient music that was released in iOS 18.4, the background sounds, which is something that's put on the iPhone. So we're getting a lot of new announced features. iOS 19 will bring a lot of features. And for the iPad, it's supposed to bring more customization and multitasking options. Like it's supposed to bring more multitasking options, like updates to Stage Manager. And it's also rumored that if you plug an iPhone to an external monitor, that it will turn into Stage Manager. So say if the TV was an external monitor and you plug it in, it will turn into sort of a large screen, and you could have apps open up in Windows. Basically, Stage Manager, I have the app switcher. This iPad doesn't support it, but if it did, it would look somewhat like this, where you have your background around the window you have open, kind of sort of looking kind of like Mac OS with window viewed apps. I've always wanted to try that out. But the type of iPad that I have, this is the 2020 iPad Air. Let me show it to you guys really quickly. This is the 2020 iPad Air. Now, I've had this iPad for 3 years straight. I've been using it as my main device for those long 3 years, and it's been a really great iPad. It's been a really great iPad, and this is the only accessory I have, which is a case. I want to get a new case because the case I currently have, it has some wear and tear. Just gonna try to show you guys a little bit here. This case does have a little wear and tear. Sorry about that. I had to take care of something quickly. So this is my iPad Air. And the case isn't in its best shape. If I take a look, we have some wear and tear. Someone says hi. I believe these comments are extremely tiny. If I miss some of you guys' comments, just bear with me here. I have it pulled up on the iPad. So we're rumored to get a lot of new features in iOS 19. And I'm also going to try to upgrade my iPhone. Currently looking at the iPhone 14. As the iPhone 14 is really affordable, and I really want a device that is for me to review on this channel. Like, I want to get to review an iPhone, a newer iPhone model. So this is the iPhone 14. This is the iPhone that I might be getting. I want to get the Pro Max, the 14 Pro Max. But I think the standard iPhone 14 is probably cheaper. thinking about this device, it would be good for the channel. For one, because this phone has more storage than my iPhone 12. And you guys already know what my 12 looked like by now. But if you guys haven't seen my iPhone 12, if any new viewers, let me quickly show you here. I try to take the case off of it while I'm streaming on it. This is my iPhone 12. It's the one in product red, 64 gig model, and it has two cameras, one wide and one ultra wide camera. And it has the A14 chip, and this phone was released in October 2020. Now, I've been using this iPhone since May 31st, 2022. I've been using it for 3 years. But now I'm thinking about upgrading if I need more storage. And this iPhone might not be supported it will get 1 more year of iOS updates. That accounting for next year, which is iOS 20. I already know that I will be installing iOS 19. If it's the beta, that will most likely happen if I upgrade this phone. However, if not, then I will install the official version when it releases to the public in September. But nonetheless, I will have iOS 19 on this device, and if I don't, I will share pictures of iOS 19. I usually share things in the Craft app. The Craft app is a note-taking app. I've been using it for a couple years. I love it. It's a little bit better than Apple's Notes app, but I love Apple's Notes app as well. But the Craft app, you can do a little bit more. Like, for example, if I wanted to make all this text colored, I could do that seamlessly. You can't do that on Apple Notes. Not with text that you've already typed. But with the Craft app, I can go back and edit notes and make them different colors even after I've already written them. That is why I go to this app quite a lot, as I like some of the flexibility that you can do with the Craft app. And you can download this app on the App Store. I believe macOS also has it. I don't think it's available on Android, unfortunately. But you can download it if you have an Apple device. So it's a really great app. And if I don't install the iOS 19 developer beta, I will be sharing screenshots. Like I do with a lot of my other videos, I will be sharing screenshots of iOS 19. And this one is a pretty interesting one. Someone made this concept of iOS 19. But I will be sharing off the screenshots. That's only going to happen, though, if I don't install the beta. However, if I do, then you guys will see it on the channel, and I will show it off on the channel when I do install it. So either way, you guys will see iOS 19. Either way, you guys will get to see it. And I'm looking forward to June, as I got 2 things happening in June. One of them I just mentioned, and that is, let me go back to it. I like that you could pinch to zoom. One of them is WWDC, and at the end of June will be my birthday. I might have mentioned that in a live stream. I definitely might have mentioned that in a live stream. My birthday's at the end of June. Looking most forward to that. And I'm looking forward to the Worldwide Developers Conference and iOS 19. And I'm also looking forward to someday getting a new iPhone, like the one I just got through showing off, the iPhone 14. I think the iPhone 14 is still worth it. Let me take a closer look at your comment. I'm going to go in. Your name is Greek, Geek, or Geek. Something Gamer. And you're also a streamer. Well, I'm thinking about starting a gaming channel. I'm looking most forward to GTA 6, which I'm hoping that we get released on the date it's supposed to release on. I know a lot of people, myself included, are very disappointed that it's an entire year we have to wait for the game. But at least we know when it will release. I do have the GTA map on my wall here, as I'm really interested into GTA. The only reason why, and let me show you guys my Xbox here. It might be dark. Well, hopefully guys, now you guys are able to see it. The only reason why I haven't started a gaming channel is I don't have a tripod. I can't film with one hand and play the game with the other. So when I get a tripod, I'm going to then start a gaming channel. Hopefully, I'm able to run 2 channels on one Google account. As I really want to get some game content aside of my tech videos as well. And then also later this year, I'm thinking about starting a TikTok channel. I'm thinking about being on TikTok as well. Let me take a closer look at your comment. I'm going to go in. Hold on. Currently looking up your channel now. This is your channel, isn't it? And you currently have, wow, 1.1K subscribers. Well, when I do get to that much, I will show the play button, but I haven't ever reached that far yet. My milestone is only getting to 100 or 200, I mean. I might watch some of your videos when I'm finished streaming, but I will subscribe since you are subscribed to me. Now you should have, I believe that is 1.1K. I think that's 1,000. I don't know the exact number. It just says 1.1K. YouTube doesn't really say the exact number when it gets that high in subscribers. When it gets to 1,000, it just says 1K. But I would like to know the exact number. What is the exact number? Since YouTube doesn't say it. $1,000. Hold on a minute. Okay. You have 1,103. Well, now you might have 1,104 as I just subscribed. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting the iPhone 14 as a step up from my iPhone 12. Of course, I'm going to keep my home screen as I'm going to do an iCloud backup. Hi, everyone. Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech. This is the video I did earlier today. 18.5 for almost 1 week at this point. And in this video, I'm going to give you my overall experience talking about iOS. Wow, I've been live streaming for almost an hour. Talk about some new features, go over the battery life. Well, in June, I'm going to try to live stream for almost 2 hours. I'm going to try to live stream longer, as live streaming doesn't take up storage on my iPhone. It's just videos can take up storage. But if you want to see my brother, either one of them in a live stream, I will get them in a live stream. And I'm also going to try to live stream maybe outside my house as well. I can't do videos outside because it will be hard to see my phone screen up there as it's really extremely bright. But I can do like a live stream where I'm just answering questions. Although I would have to do that under the shade because I would still have to see your guys' comments. I could do a live stream where I'm testing out the cameras. Health and performance. And I'm also going to share the Geekbench a vlog live stream the video as well. Now, in iOS 18.5, we have some new features, but iOS 18.5 is not really a big update. But if I go into Mail, if you take a look, you have a hint that some... So let's see how many... Oh, I have 191 still. I'm going to look up some more images of the iPhone 14. iPhone 14 home screen. I might go for a product red version, but at the same time, I won't because I already have the iPhone 12 that's in product red. That color, I love that color, but Apple doesn't really make that color as much anymore. They haven't really made it on the iPhone 15s or 16s. The iPhone 14 was the last iPhone to have product red. But if I get something newer like the iPhone 15, no matter what iPhone that's newer than the 12 I get, I will have a video on the channel where I show it and review it. You can definitely expect me to have a review, as I like to review Apple products. Hopefully, though, I can get an iPhone that has the dynamic island, as I've always wanted to see what that feature was about. I never really got to personally use it. I've seen it in person, but I haven't really got to use it and see what it can do for me. But the dynamic island is the pill-shaped cutout that you see at the top of most newer iPhones, which is something that I'm thinking about getting. But if not that, then the iPhone 14 is going to be what I go for. Hold on 1 minute. Just got a comment. You have a 16 Pro. Well, I still have the iPhone 12 and have had it for 3 years. I'm thinking about getting the iPhone 15 or a 16 or the 14 because the 16 would be really expensive. I'm definitely getting the iPhone 14 or the 15. The 14 is a good phone because the iPhone 14 has a lot of features over the 12. I'm getting landscape, Face ID in landscape mode, cinematic video. It has the same processor though as the iPhone 13, but that's fine because the iPhone 12 has the A14 Bionic chip with 4 gigabytes of RAM. And the iPhone 14 is better not only for the processor, I need more storage as well, as I have a 64 gig model. And then next year, I honestly don't really care about replacing my iPad, as if I get the iPhone 14, that's really all I need. I can just I can uninstall CapCut off of my iPad and then reinstall it on my iPhone. That's going to be the primary goal for that, is I can edit videos on my iPhone. The screen will be a decent size, so I'm okay with editing on the iPhone. Hold on, I'm just trying to read your guys' comments here. They're really difficult to see when they come in on the iPhone, but I'm reading them on the iPad here. I mean, the newer models are great, but a lot of people are disappointed that Apple Intelligence is rolling out slower. I don't really know what to say because my phone doesn't support Apple Intelligence, as I really wanted to try out that feature. I really want to try out Image Playground. I heard you can do a lot with that, and I want to see what it's worth. I'm thinking about upgrading to the iPhone 14 to get something a little newer and also with more storage. Well, the iPhone 14 has ChatGPT. I hear they're saying 14, 14, 14. Well, I will get the iPhone 14. I'm going to try to get it for my birthday, which is at the end of next month. I'm upgrading from an iPhone 12 in product red. It's a 64 gig model, and I'm looking for something with more storage. I was going to get the iPhone 16e. Still thinking about it, but I think some people are disappointed that it doesn't have MagSafe, but I don't use MagSafe, so I am totally fine that it doesn't have it. MagSafe is not something I use, so if it doesn't have it, then I'm okay with that. But I know a lot of people would want to have it, as it can be it can make things a little easier. But I think the iPhone 16e is a very good iPhone. Well, if I do get a new iPhone, I'm just reading comments, trying to answer your guys' questions as they come in. If I get a new iPhone, I am definitely reviewing it for the channel. But I'm thinking about getting the 14. That's either the 13 or the 14, but I think I'll stick with the 14. Is the 13, it has some of the same features, but I know the iPhone 14 has crash detection and that it has the SOS via satellite feature, which I won't really use unless I obviously have to, of course. But I think they might be coming to the 13 this year with a software update on a specific carrier. Might be an iOS 18.5 update. It might be bringing satellite functionality to the iPhone 13 models. I wish they'd bring it to the iPhone 12, but I don't know what the iPhone 12 will get. I've been using the same iPhone for 3 years. I love it, but I think it's time for me to consider upgrading to the iPhone 14. While the majority of a lot of people say that they're the same, I mean, I could agree with some models. The 12, the 11 and 12, there wasn't really much visual design on the backs and the fronts. The sides were different, but the back and front was the same. The same goes for the 11 Pro and 12 Pro and the Max models. The only difference is the Max was bigger. But on the 13, there didn't seem like there was much of a difference either than larger camera bumps and a smaller notch. But the 14 brought the dynamic island and maybe slightly bigger camera bumps. And going from the 14 to the 15 to the 16, they look the same. 3 cameras and dynamic island. But then from the 11 to the 16, they also look the same. So in some areas, I could agree, iPhones look the same. But in other areas, I do think there is small detail that isn't really paid attention to by, I think, some people when they look at it. But I tend to pay attention to small detail with iPhones. That's how I know so much about them. And have researched quite a bit about iPhones. It's good that they took the iPhone 14, the front of the iPhone 14, smaller notch, and stuck the one camera on the iPhone 16e. But if it could have had something better, I wish that it could have had more color options. Black and white, those are nice colors, but there should also be maybe a blue, a red, or Apple doesn't make red anymore, but they could have made a blue, a green, maybe I won't say a pink color, but a blue, a green, and a purple, a dark purple. Or maybe a yellow. A blue, green, and yellow would have been perfectly fine. But we just have simple colors. The colors are okay. They look nice. But most people put a case on their iPhones, so the color really doesn't matter. And obviously, if I get a new iPhone, I'll be doing the same thing, because you really want to keep it protected from drops and it getting scratched up. Even though from time to time, a lot of the times I take my phone out of its case. I've done that on video as well. I'm going to try to live stream for, how long have I been live streaming for? Try to live. So, hold on here. I have been live streaming. It's tiny. I think it says 60 minutes. 1 hour and 6 minutes, maybe. Hold on, I'm trying to keep this study so I can use it to zoom in on the comments. If I had to choose, if there were 2 iPhones, if I wanted to get Apple Intelligence and not have to have an entire full price, then I would get the 16E if it was being sold for a good cheap price over the 14. However, I would get the 14 if the 16E was at its current price of $599 and the 14 was sold for less than $300. I would go for that device. My birthday is also in June. To be exact, it is on the 24th. I might try to upgrade then, maybe before or after. But I will put up a YouTube short and a community post on my birthday. That would be 4 or 5 days before mine, which is on the 24th. So I might do a live stream on my birthday, or I might not. I might just do a YouTube community post and a YouTube short. The iPhone 19, that's some years away. I'd say it's next year in 2026 we'll be getting the iPhone 18. So that would be, oh wow. The iPhone 2000, that's quite a few years in the future. The iPhone 17, I do have some pictures of the leaks that I can share off. These are iPhone 17 dummy units, as they call them. Now, the 17 doesn't look different from the 16. They both look the same, but with the 17 Air, what you have is a camera bump around a rectangular oval-shaped It's really hard to hold this steady, but a rectangular oval-shaped camera bump around the top. You have that same square on the iPhone 17, the Pro models, and the Pro Max. I'm using the iPhone 12. Well, the 14 might be 2 years newer than the iPhone 12. But then maybe 2 more years from now, I can probably get the iPhone 16 or 15 or the 16, probably in 2027. But I won't upgrade every 2 years. I think I can get 3 years out of the iPhone 14. It will be supported for much longer than the 12. Or maybe I'll get the iPhone 16e. Maybe in 2027. Says I've been recording for 74 minutes. I'm going to try to make this, I would say, let me check some of my older live streams I've done and see what's the longest. Let me see how many views we now have. Says I have 4 people watching. Okay. I've used Android in the past. I had a CoolPad Legacy. And before that, I had a Motorola. Let me see if I can look those up. CoolPad Legacy. And I don't remember the name of the Motorola. Wait a minute. CoolPad Legacy. I think I've showed off my Android, a picture of it in a video, I believe. But this was my Android phone. This was made by a company. It was a CoolPad Legacy. It was a pretty great phone. It worked. It did what I needed. And honestly, it was pretty nice. I enjoyed using it. And before that, I had some kind of Motorola. But the CoolPad Legacy was not my first phone. It was not at all my first phone. Motorola G4. I believe that's what it could have been. Or it might have been an E4. It was a gold Motorola. Let me try to look at Motorola E4 and see what shows up. Motorola E4. This was my first phone, but unfortunately, a year into using it, it got dust in the charger and then had charging problems. But mine's did not have a home button on it, so I don't know why it's showing that one. It just had the word Moto spelled across it. It was a gold. I don't exactly know what model. I just knew it was a Motorola. With no home button. I believe mine might have been the Moto E4 Plus then. Motorola E4 Plus. Maybe that's the one without the home button? I'm not entirely sure. Well, that was my first phone. That was my first phone in general. But my first iPhone was a jet black iPhone 7 Plus. But I'm going to show you the phone I had before that. iPhone 6 Plus. iPhone 6 Plus. Plus. It was showing iPhone 16 Plus. This might have been my first phone, but it had no service. I was just using it at the time in early 2018, late 2017. At that time, I knew absolutely nothing about iPhones back then. But when I got my iPhone 7 2 years later, that's when everything changed. So I went from an iPhone 7 and then iPhone 12 Pro Max, Pacific Blue. I went from an iPhone 7 to an iPhone 12 Pro Max. I got the iPhone 7 in mid-2020. It was it was a very great device. It used to belong to someone else, but they gave it to me. Then I got this, a 12 Pro Max. And a couple months into using it, some unfortunate things happened that I will mention in a different live stream. Once I am able to find this phone somewhere in my house, then I will talk about the story. But after my iPhone 12 Pro Max, I ended up with the phone I have now, which is my iPhone 12 in product red. All right, I've been live streaming for quite a while now, so I'm going to end the live stream. I'm going to end the live stream. No, it's dark. Let me turn my light on here. I'm Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and this was a live stream talking about my 6-month anniversary. I didn't really get too much into detail, but I guess I talk about all the phones I've had that led up to the iPhone. When I'm able to find that 12 Pro Max, I will do a video talking about what happened to that device. It would have been nice to start a YouTube channel off of a 128 gig iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I had the iPad 7th generation before the iPad Air. But I'll mention that when I'm able to find that device. Then I'll do a live stream or video talking about it. But until then, I'm Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and I'm looking forward to WWDC and iOS 19. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.